Bitch, we had plans. Oh my, to do a good podcast maybe. I don't know what happened. We're joined by Gentle Charles again, and things go very off the rails as people get a little bit drunk. We watched Whatever It Takes, or did we? We barely talk about it at all for this week's episode of...
Well, we'll just tell your mother that we ate it all.
He's so good.
Ready?
Yeah, I love it.
Really?
Got big Christopher Guest,
Bold
man.
stance.
Christopher Guest.
Yeah, he's like...
Oh, I thought you
Those
were...
movies are the funniest.
I didn't realize you were being
movies ever.
sarcastic.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Where did you get that ice?
The fridge.
We
Freezer.
we had ice in the freezer.
Yeah.
I know,
I
'cause
also
I-
refilled your ice tray. So
I was
you know.
just looking
Right.
in the ice tray. It's empty. It's bones.
Yeah, I
up.
put it in. I sorted it out.
Did you?
There was a one in the back that had the ice in it. I put it in the...
Oh.
I sorted it out, dudes. Don't
You-
worry.
you-
Hey, Charlie's back, listener.
FIFO'd. Yeah. I'm back, guys. In case 1 hour and 20 minutes was not enough.
Yeah, it's been a full week
I
for
think
you,
you might
listener.
have just turned off your microphone.
Well, that's to the listeners' service.
Well, people kept saying
To the detriment.
when I'm listening to the podcast and Charlie's not here, I keep saying, "Where's Charlie?" So we brought him back for the second one, and not just because we were all drinking together.
Oh.
Not just because we're all having a nice time.
Yeah, not
Don't
because
wanna
we
keep hanging out with
not,
Charlie.
not just because we enjoy each
Yeah,
other's
yeah.
company.
I'll hang out with you guys. You guys don't have to broadcast my voice.
Charlie, we hang out a fair bit. Like it's not.
No, but
Not as much
Yeah,
as
this doesn't have to be
say
an
me
official.
and Charlie or me.
I feel like
and
it'd be
Jamie.
weird if we just recorded this and you just sat on my couch over there.
Yeah,
that's what I was coming into this ready to do that. Also, I feel like you guys feel like it's a missed opportunity that you didn't tell me.
Oh,
it's
man.
rudeness.
But, Charlie, you've got to have some hot takes on this movie, right?
I haven't seen the movie.
Some hot,
I
some
don't
hot
believe
whatever
you've
it
heard of
takes.
this movie.
I haven't. I know Colin Jost is involved.
He's
No,
not
he's
involved
not.
at all.
Oh wait, no.
I was telling you about a Colin Jost movie we watched called Staten Island
what's
Summer that was good.
No,
We
it's
all
the,
love.
Oh, Staten
the
Island Summer's
Francos.
great.
This is the Franco.
This is Franco.
Yeah, this is part of the Franco oeuvre.
Anyway, we're not
Yeah.
This is too early in the preamble.
Yeah,
to
we're
start
not allowed
talking
to.
about
Yeah,
the-
we're not allowed to talk about.
Oh.
the
We've got
movie.
to so anyone get it sucked recently?
Yeah. At Rose,
Hastings'
despite
arsehole.
Rose's insistence, we're on the whiskeys now. We're stepping it up.
We-
I can't wait.
now we don't have any beers, so now I'm like, oh, maybe
I'm still
I
on the
should.
vinos. I
Right.
can't wait to get on the fucking whiskeys.
Ro-
Oh, God.
Rose, help yourself to a whiskey, please.
Yeah, but we don't
Yeah.
have any ice left now.
We
I've gotta
do.
wait
There
for
is
it.
ice left.
But you said you had to fill it back up.
No, I filled it up initially. There is some ice.
There's several
there is ice.
trays in
All
there.
right. Well, I know listeners of previous episodes will know that I love ice.
Man, speaking of smoke and ice, I mentioned in the early one, I was in Newcastle on Friday night. Once again, I did not dabble in the old
The dark arts.
the lady methamphetamine. But,
Someone took defense against
The
the dark
lady
arts. The lady Hampshire amphetamine.
But a friend
Taking
of
my,
friend
wedding,
Whoa.
taking my wedding ring off for this
That's
episode.
weighing on. Yeah. Whoa.
It's been weighing on my arm. It's gone gangrenous.
Hear that, Amy? He's
Yeah,
not
you-
yours no more.
You wear it.
I won't say his name. I won't say his name for the sake of the pod. But friend of the show,
Yeah.
dabbled in the old in the shard. He sharded it
Really?
up on Friday night in Newcastle, and it's not the first time.
Did you get really high, or
I wasn't
like,
there.
was
I was gone to get my ass fucked. But
Have you heard of people call it abshares before? That's
yes, I
that's
have.
the cool ice lingo. I used to Davis. His copy of Final Fantasy IX went missing because he used to work with a guy at this place called Telechoice. It was a mobile phone store,
Yeah.
and he just worked with a guy who was really into pingers and used to do something. And I'm pretty sure it was completely involuntary, but just occasionally he'd break out into the pinger dance in Telechoice, and
Oh,
people
my
would be
Lord.
like, "What the fuck's with this
what's
guy's
the pinger
deal?"
dance?
No, he would just dance in the middle of. He would just dance in the middle of the
Sure.
store.
Is it like flossing? That's what the kids
Yeah,
do
yeah,
now.
yeah.
Kids floss now, right?
No, they
Yeah,
do the.
so
What's
yeah.
the thing
Fortnite
from? What's the
dance.
thing from
Flossing's
Fortnite?
that's
Yeah.
flossing.
Oh, that's
flossing is the
flossing?
thing from
Flossing's
Fortnite.
the new
I
one.
like slossing. That's when I watch 2 Daniel Sloss specials back to back.
And then you divorce your
Well,
wife.
you do the
Yeah,
dance the whole while.
Yeah, I do the Fortnite
120 minutes of me.
I haven't seen the sloss hours. They're good, right?
dance. I don't know.
I
saw Sloss-
really don't like the divorce one.
I
He
saw.
gives
Yeah.
them hell.
It-
I
it's
s-
so I'm
Did
clever.
Sloss get divorced?
No,
it's about his parents' divorce?
No, it's a show born out of a bitter breakup.
Oh right, I saw Dark, the one about his dead sister. I saw
Yeah.
that live at MICF. That's Melbourne International Comedy Festival. for
I
the layman.
saw the breakup one at the
Charlie.
Canberra Comedy Festival.
Ah, interesting. But yeah, this guy started doing that pinger dance all the time, and then started telling Davis, he was like, "I'm thinking about getting into ice. What do you think about that? And he was like, I don't.
It's
So
always
for Davis to say don't do it, that's
Yeah, well, Davis was 21 then, so he didn't know anything.
It's always so
he didn't
funny
know
when
that
people
ice
make
was-
like calculated decisions
Yeah.
like that. I used to hang around with these. We called them the Strokes, and they were these like guys from like Heathcote
because they're always
where I grew
jacking
up.
it.
And they were like, when you're like 18 or 19 or like 20 or whatever, and they're like getting into wearing like leather jackets and like drinking red wine at a party, and they're like,
Yeah, I did that.
idolize Bob Dylan and shit.
Yep, I did that.
Yeah, but one of them, this guy called Turk.
Do you think Charlie looks a little bit like Bob Dylan sometimes?
Sometimes,
I think it's just,
the
you have
hair.
Curly. It's just curly.
It's the hair.
Yeah,
Yeah,
when I had
curly
curly
hair,
hair,
yeah.
I got
Yeah.
when
You have
I-
curly
Like,
hair.
boy, Dylan, huh?
An
appreciation
I think I
of
just have
whimsy.
curly.
It's the hair and the thin
Yeah.
physique. But
Yeah.
like they'd sit there and be like,
I'm always talking about blind
I'm looking
Willie
forward to
McTell.
like traveling
Great
to America and going to New York and like doing heroin in the Chelsea hotel. I'm like,
Yeah, man, let's
why are
go.
you planning to do heroin, you dumb
Let's
fuck?
go down to the village. Let's go down- Man, you guys like Dylan? I like Dylan.
I love.
Yeah.
I really like that.
Dylan Klebold? Yeah, love him.
Yeah.
Whoa,
That is fucked up.
Yeah, dude, I'm a comic. Welcome to my
Man.
mind, dude.
and
It's a
twisted.
dark corridor.
Yeah.
Don't think twice,
We're
it's all
walking
right. Greatest breakup song of all time.
Yeah, it's not bad.
I love.
Did Klebold write that?
I like this is like pretty hack, but I like Mr. Tambourine Man.
Yeah,
That
it's a
is
great
hack.
song.
I really like.
That is hack. Boo.
What's the best? I really like.
I didn't say like blowing in the wind. I didn't like.
Oh, wait, I already. Blind Willie McTell.
Yeah, that's a good
So
one.
I
Do you
just
know
thought
who
that.
killed Davy Moore?
No,
It's not like one of his. It's
I haven't
don't know.
investigated further.
It's from one of his like early live ones. It's just a great song. It's very simple. It's like it's about a boxer.
I've never
It's really
heard
good.
that, but of course,
Check it out,
He would
man.
have
It's-
a
it's-
shitload
yeah,
of
he's
songs
got-
you never heard.
He's released I think 50 albums or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
Yeah. But it's just one that I stumbled on, and I fucking love that song.
Really?
Who
Blonde
killed
on
Davy Moore?
Blonde on Blonde? That's
Sounds
a
like my
classic.
Friday
There you
night,
go.
brother.
that's his best album.
That's one of the big.
That's got to be his best album.
Who's
right?
next? That's my Friday night, brother.
Yeah.
What do you think is the most?
Highway 51 revisited.
What do you think would be the worst selection for like your favorite Bob Dylan song, like the most cliched one? Like
Blowing in the wind.
you reckon?
Yeah,
well,
And
maybe
that's-
there's got to be a
What,
worse
what do you
one,
mean,
then.
like the
Like
the worst song or the hackest?
the
record?
lamest
The
one to
hackest
drop.
The
The
lamest
hackest
one to
is
pick.
would be like
Blowing in the
like
wind.
a Rolling Stone would be.
No,
the
there's worse
hackest.
choices.
Like
though, I
Rolling
reckon.
Stone.
Or
is a-
Hurricane.
The Hurricane,
Yeah.
yeah.
Hurricane would be maybe the hackest.
like
But
Rolling
Hurricane
Stone-
is actually great.
Like a
It's a
Rolling
great
Stone-
song.
There's a
They're
ca-
both great songs. Wait, like Rolling Stone or Hurricane?
They're all
But-
great songs, like, but it's like a Rolling Stone is like I've seen that top the best song of all time list a number
Yeah.
of times. So like, there's not going to be like, look, I know it's
That's the
cliched,
hackest, yeah.
but it might be the best song of all time. Whereas like Blowing in the Wind, it's like yeah, all right, like it's like we get it. Like like a Rolling Stone is a way better song than Blowing in the Wind.
Yeah.
yeah.
I
Like,
would
I would
like-
make fun of
It
you
is.
more if you
I
said
would have thought that was a
Blowing in the Wind.
cliche for a
Your
long
favorite
time,
Dylan song
and
is
then I watched a
Blowing in
video
the
of
Wind.
My Morning Jacket covering it, and I was like, oh man, nah, this song fucking rules.
Blowing in the Wind or like a Rolling
Like
Stone?
a Rolling
yeah.
Stone.
My
Have you
morning
heard-
jacket. That's my
That
Sunday
song rules,
morning.
man.
Neil Young
Yeah,
does
My
a,
Morning Jack Off. Am I right?
Neil Young does a great cover of Blowing in the Wind though that I really like.
I have the album that's on.
Yeah, it's
Weld.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
very
it's good. That Neil Young, Charlie.
I love Neil Young.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's sick.
Yeah, he's
Charlie
great.
is an appreciator of
Yeah,
music.
I'm excited to bring this up because I can't talk to Jamie.
He's a
about
great
it.
orator.
I don't mind the arts.
The White Album, you like it?
I love the White Album.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite albums of all time. Is Tism put out an album that was called The White Album.
That's funny.
Album.
Yeah, album.
That's funny.
I
Well,
prefer-
the Replacements
It would
did
be
Let
funny.
It Be,
It's just funny.
Oh yeah.
which is great.
like as comedy specials, just to use like iconic.
yeah. My next
Music
hour
album.
is going to be called The Black Album.
Yeah. Well, our
Mine's
the
gonna be
show that
called-
me and Duggan is doing is like Good Kid, Mad City.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
right,
my-
yeah,
It's
yeah.
like, why wouldn't you?
You should call your
Yeah.
next hour Rantony Minor. That'd be great.
That's so funny.
That is really funny.
Please
My-
welcome to the
Guys,
stage
do
to
you-
perform Arizona Bay.
the name of
Here it is.
I spent a bit of time in LA recently.
These guys,
Oh, hot, piping hot.
These next two young comedians are coming up here to do a live at Folsom Blues. Here they are.
I actually genuinely thought that would be funny to walk out and go, "Hello, I'm Johnny Cash," and then just start doing jokes.
the hour I'm like sort of working on at the moment is it's called A Vulgar Display of Comedy, which is after a Pantera album. Just because I want to ape the poster.
What is that? A vulgar display?
Vulgar display of power, but because I love the album cover, it's like getting punched in the face. Oh, I already told this to Jamie off pod, but Rose, this is mostly for you. Remember that Eminem Venom song that we listened to?
Yes.
So is this a good bit? All right.
I'm gonna hate this so much.
Here we go. You ready? Venom. You do that endlessly.
We did that on the podcast.
No, we didn't.
I think we did
No,
that
we
last
didn't.
week. I
We
think we
did.
did that last week.
We did.
Did we really?
No, we
Yeah,
did
I
it 2 weeks ago. The episode is already out.
No, but we spoke about Venom, but we didn't. I didn't do
No,
the
I
car
think
thing.
you've done that thing on the podcast.
Nah,
You
who
might have
cares?
even done it. One of you did it.
No. It's an Andy Hastings original.
That's an Andy Hastings original, dude. No, I just called
dear.
myself Andy.
Yes. Yes.
Guys, welcome
Inception
to
works.
welcome
Hey.
to We'll Just Tell Your Mother We Ate It All podcast about T6 comedies. I'm host Jane Cook, joined by
Rose Piper.
and
Andrew Venom Hastings.
the people asked for it. We brought back special guest
Here I am.
Gentle Charles McCann.
I'm here.
Our first person who
I'm a
hasn't
repeat.
actually watched the movie.
Yeah,
yet
so
with it.
backstory,
Yeah.
we just recorded the episode from last week. Like, we're doing back-to-back episodes.
Yeah.
And
I came back 7 days later. I came back to the apartment
Yeah.
to record this
Yeah.
podcast.
Having
wore
disrespectfully
the same-
not watched the movie.
Yes.
You wore the same outfit.
7
too.
days, yeah, I know. Well,
man.
We all did though, actually.
This will be a
Jamie,
treat.
I love these the jeans here. These vast blue jeans.
I think
Oh,
what he meant
thank
to
you.
say was, "Damn, girl, how you fit all that ass in them jeans."
These are actually apple bottom jeans.
Oh right, yeah.
I don't know. It's a lot, man.
You getting too horny, dude?
Horny baby.
Dude,
Oh, man.
Dude, getting horny.
All right, can I trust you guys to riff? For
That's
a
going
second
into
while I-
campus. That's not even Alexia.
I'm actually
Oh,
horny
okay,
baby.
little
That's why
horny
you don't want
dude.
it. It's like, man, like, you know, a lot of you guys have that campus DNA in you.
Yeah, I have
David
prior
Ruff.
and campus DNA constantly warring
Yeah.
in me. The devil and
like,
God are
who's
raging
gonna-
inside me.
Yeah. David Duke and Gregory Campus. Constantly. Who's going to win the battle for supremacy? Campus.
man.
Comedy
oh man,
supremacy.
did you see Black Klansman?
No, I didn't see it.
It's pretty good.
I didn't want to
saw
see
it.
the. I didn't want to see the new Spike Lee joint.
Have you guys?
So that's how that was written on the poster. Ugh, I don't think I'm gonna see this.
I'll put you off.
It's a new Spike Lee joint.
I've been watching-
I think I'm not gonna see this.
I've been watching a lot of movies because I've been unemployed. It's very
Yeah,
sad.
I believe that. Yeah. It's not sad. That's cool. Like
Oh, watching movies
people
is great.
will try and tell you that being unemployed is sad, but it's like, dude, that's just their own fucking.
I'm down to
Well, I love
$180.
it.
I have
When
$180 left.
It's
Well,
totally-
that's sad. That sucks.
It's
Yeah, but,
totally
you know,
fun employment for me. The only issue is the no money.
Yeah.
That sucks.
I would love
I'm
to be-
loving being unemployed.
But
if
the
I- if I got-
psychological effect that people are like, well, don't you get bored and shit? And it's like, no, dude,
I can
you,
find
you
stuff to
have
do.
created that.
Oh man,
Yeah.
your
I
own-
had
My mental health is
If
in
I got-
decay, but because I'm running out of money,
Yeah,
the
it's
time
money.
is incredible.
I had-
If I won the lottery tomorrow, I would
Time-
quit my job straight away.
I went to see a live
Immediately.
recording of Studio 10 3 days ago. It was unbelievable.
Tell us about that. How was the live recording of
Oh,
Studio?
it was so good. It
I
was
used to have to
really
watch that
fun.
show
See,
so
was it,
often
see,
for my
did
old
you
job.
meet any of your heroes?
No, we
I
didn't
had a
really
bu-
because
did you have a question on Ask Ita?
no, because I just long gone.
You got a
so-
free bunch of face cream though, right?
Well, I got a shitload. Like, it had to be at least $150 worth of face cream.
Jeez.
So they give you a full bag of like.
Man, who'd you
I
go
just-
with?
I just went with like a couple of friends, like my old housemate, and like
You like Yaz?
yeah,
We can do about Yaz on
yeah,
the pod.
yeah,
It's all right, yeah.
and,
We
and
can name
Duggan. I went with Yaz and Duggan.
Yeah. Well,
then
Duggan's asked to. Duggan will probably do this eventually. He's
Oh,
asked.
cool.
He's asked to come on. Like he's yeah.
Oh, has he? Yeah,
Yeah, we'd love to have
You
Duggan.
bumped him back,
But he
a
wants
couple
to do a
of-
movie.
Hey, yeah.
that-
We
He
were
wants
like,
to do a
sorry,
movie
we've
that we
gotta-
think is above his station.
Sam, we were like,
What-
no,
what
sorry,
movie?
we've got to
He
have.
wants to do Superbad.
Superbad's like a special one. Like
He
we gotta
thinks
do-
that's above his.
Superbad's like the
No,
next
we
American
think
Pie.
that's.
You want to get
we
like
wanna do
you
a
want to get Ballard for.
Yeah, we want to
Yeah,
get
yeah,
Ballard
yeah,
for that.
Yeah, he will be a guest.
Also,
Ballard or Kevin
also we
White.
have to have Charlie on every
Yeah,
episode.
yeah.
I want to do.
But
Charlie from now.
Charlie is the new fourth member.
It'd be so
Yeah.
funny if you just
I want
joined
to be
the
your
podcast.
George Martin.
Why not?
I wanna do-
George R. Martin.
I want to be George R. Martin.
yeah. I had someone who had the goal like a while ago who I worked with was like, dude, I don't know, man. if I won the lottery, I'd probably get a job at McDonald's, like
Fuck
just to feel
yeah.
like I was doing something.
Fuck
and I
yeah,
was like,
dude.
I'll come.
Dude, your brain
I
is
worked at-
your brain is so healthy, man.
I worked at McDonald's
Yeah.
for 3 years. It's the hardest job I've
Oh
ever
man,
had. It's the hardest job I've ever had.
I told him, I was like, dude, the moment some 14-year-old Indian guy with a mustache tells you that you don't know how to sweep properly, you'd be like, I have $4 million. I
the
do.
Yeah.
the way you're treated at McDonald's is
People who say shit like
horrific.
that.
And it's not how you're
Would you
supposed to
say-
treat family.
Fuck this. Oh man, hell yes. But yeah, no, I've been watching.
Would you
movies.
say that for
Oh
a
my
family?
god, shut up.
Oh, that's a great bit. We're not gonna
They
great
do, it's
bits
like a
now?
thing where they just do my bits.
What's
on
your,
the-
what's your favorite Hastings bit?
That's my favorite Hastings.
Is it really?
Yeah, that's
It's honestly, it's probably my most reliable.
great
You know what my
It's
favorite
really-
my favorite Hastings
I-
bit is? I haven't heard you do in a while, and I don't know why you've stopped. I assume it's going to appear in an upcoming hour, but it's the one where you go grocery shopping with an ex. Mainly.
Oh,
because
I haven't done that. No, that's
mainly because
retired.
I wrote like 2 of the punchlines.
That's yeah.
My
that
fav-
bit's done. I retired. That
My
bit.
favorite Andy.
Why would you retire a good bit when you're not like a well-known person?
Oh, just because I did it too many times. I did it in 2 different hours.
My hour is going to have bits that I did in
yeah, but
2014.
I'm on my 3rd hour. Like I gotta. You know,
Yeah, but like,
that doesn't mean anything. Like,
Yeah.
it's-
All right, do you want to? I'll bring it back. I'll have to find a recording of it and remember how it
Do it
goes.
tonight.
I think you should
I don't know
always
how it goes.
you should
Soft
always do your
cheeses.
best bits until you know.
Hey, can I say
Jesus
my
life is
favorite
funny.
Andy bit?
yeah, it's great.
My
And
favorite
you wrote
Andy
that
bit
one.
is well, all right, thanks, bye.
I do like to incest that way. Yeah.
My
I've
favorite,
also been known for that'll do.
my favorite Andrew Hastings.
I guess.
I say that'll do me a lot.
Yeah.
My favorite Andrew Hastings open mic bit is like, oh, so you guys obviously fucking hate me, but clap it up
Yeah, I'm a great MC.
for Charlie McCann.
Yeah. Book me for paid MC spots, please. I'm emceeing Mike and Hand this Thursday, and this will come out after it's happened, so we can check back in afterwards. But I'm a little nervous. This is like a big gig for Hastings.
You should definitely do
Have
the
you never
soft
done this
cheeses
before?
thing, man.
I've never emceed Mike and Hand before, and I might. Actually, you know what? Maybe I should bring that.
Man,
in, babe.
it's such a good bit.
Thanks.
I might come down for the.
Yeah, come
I
on,
think
Mike.
I
Can get a
might-
spot. Just ask Zach for a
I think
spot.
I might
Yeah.
come down too.
Yeah.
like-
we should just. Train
Well,
the
I've got
spots.
that. I've got that uni gig before, so like, come down there,
Well,
get a
you-
f-
oh yeah.
come down, and get a few free drink tokens.
and then we can come down. To
Man,
Mike and
that
House.
worksheet.
It'll be a good hang.
That worksheet for that university comedy gig we run, we might have to bleep all this in because it makes me laugh so much because it says like how much money everyone's getting when the tech setup is, and then highlighted is performers can't be too inebriated when they perform, which I
Yeah.
swear was not on there
It
until
was
I
on the initial
there.
one.
Okay, but then the
It
second.
was on the initial.
Wait, no, sorry, it wasn't. But nothing happened at the first show. I was there for the. Nothing happened.
But then the second thing says no racism comments.
So that was on the first one. That was before.
Yeah, but no racism comments is very different to no racist comments.
Yeah,
No
one's allowed
racism
to-
comments is
No
like
one's allowed
ra-
to comment on racism.
Yeah, like-
yeah, no one can make fun of racism.
Yeah. Well-
and if you do,
So what-
Racism's bad in this country.
Yeah.
Fuck, get it.
Part of that was
We're actually a university.
a bit of insight into Powerbomb comedy. A bit of into the inner workings is I
this
did
is very
I did
preamble.
I did the initial liaison to
This is a
set
great
that gig
preamble.
up. Yeah, great preamble.
Sorry, yeah.
I did
I'm
the-
loving this.
I did the initial liaison to set up that gig, and before the very first show, I got a call being like, "Hey, should we put a sign up saying like there might be adult themes and there might be swearing?" And I was like, "It's
Adult themes, drug use,
Yeah,
medium
yeah,
level
yeah.
course
Yeah.
language.
But I was
You
like-
wouldn't steal a comedy night.
But yeah, I had to be like, I had to be like, it's in a bar. Like they legally have to be adults. Like, and they just got a bit funny about it because I think people are scared of university students because of the whole Jerry Seinfeld PC culture thing. Like
I think that might be true.
Like the woman seemed quite scared that something would
You don't
happen
want your
before there'd even
kids-
been a show.
I
Like,
get, I get that though.
I get it, but it was,
I see
that was
why
too
they
much
would.
of
For
it.
you,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
understand.
But I-
you
I
understand the hesitancy of the
I see why
establishment.
they'd be afraid
man.
that people
Yeah.
were gonna
I-
kick up a stink.
You kind of get that, right?
Yeah.
Why they'd make
kids
racism
are-
comments.
They're just ready to fucking
Yeah.
to burst on certain, you know.
Yeah. You're right.
Certain
We
things.
should take down PC culture, Charlie. This podcast
Yeah.
should challenge directly.
I find that the lamest thing ever, like to be like
Taking on
hey, man.
SJ
Hey, man,
Dubs.
those
PC, please.
SJ fucking
I hate that
dubbies.
so much. But
There's only one PC culture for me. Pissed cunt.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, get some of that Jamison in you.
I have.
Speaking of having Jamison, we already introduced the podcast, right?
Yeah, we did,
the
but then
intro.
we like
Yeah,
railroaded
we've
it.
gone way past talking about it. So
I
we're-
have forgotten what movie we're
Yeah.
talking
we introduced each
She's
other
the man.
and
and then did some bullshit.
then we do want to do that.
All right, we're talking about Whatever It Takes. Whatever It Takes is a 2000 American teen comedy film. Sorry, starring Shane West, Marla Sokolov,
Take it
Jodie
again.
Lynn O'Keefe, and James Franco. It was first released in the United States on March 31, 2000. The film is based on the play Cyrano de Bergerac. The budget was $32 million. It cost more to make than Perks of Being a Wallflower.
This cost $32 million.
Yeah, that's
to make.
insane.
Yeah, so I
Oh,
actually,
what's-
I know
I
what
guess like the
the
pool
Titanic
thing.
set
Yeah,
piece, surely.
Yeah, that would have been like
25.
30 million of the.
Yeah,
the
so
budget.
I know because I checked out the Wikipedia article
Charlie, can
today.
I have a bit of wine, please? Oh no! Can I have a bit of? Can you fill the cup with Brass Monkey? That funky monkey. Yeah.
It's not Brass Monkey, it's Jamison.
Yeah, I know, but I was referencing the Beastie Boys song.
This is terrible podcast.
Yeah. This is a terrible.
Yeah,
podcast.
I know.
It's true,
I know
yeah,
how
yeah.
it did in box office, so I can't. Well, I'll sit this round out.
Okay. Well, I'll just say it.
I referred.
Yeah, I want to hear what Rose. This is actually an interesting one.
I referred to this as a dumb podcast to someone the other day, and they said it's not dumb, it's creative and clever. And I was like, it's neither of those.
Who
things.
the fuck said that? And let's go to their house and beat the shit out of
it's
them.
white
And call
people
them a
talking
cunt.
about movies.
Yeah, and occasionally someone talking about getting it sucked.
It was someone trying to be nice to me.
Okay, cool. Well, it made $9 million, which is
That's a bomb.
yeah,
that is
it's
a bad.
Well, as I pointed out before we watched this has a 16% rating on Rotten Tomatoes, which is like maybe that's
I
close.
didn't think it was that bad.
That's close to the lowest.
Oh, all right. Well, no, it's not. It definitely Project X and Hotbot scored lower. I think Hotbot was
But
0%.
Yeah, but this is probably the next lowest.
Probably.
It would be up there with
Man,
some at
I
the
thought
bottom
it was
five.
Pretty harmless. I thought
Yeah,
it was-
well, let's talk about it. What do you think of the movie?
I thought it was fine. I thought it was like a pretty generic paint by the numbers teen sex comedy. Some of the characters were charming, some of them were shitty. I thought Franco was actually pretty good in it. I thought Franco was good. It kind of makes sense that he's the star, like that he's now the big dog. I thought it was like fine. There was a couple bits that made me laugh.
and you'd never seen it before.
I'd never even heard of it before.
Yeah, me neither.
No. It was like fine. It was like whatever. It was a pretty nothing movie, but like I didn't think it was particularly bad by any stretch. Like
What did you think, Rose?
I hated it. It was so bad. I had seen this before because my sister was like a big Shane West fan back in the day. She was like,
Yeah, what was Shane West in? Because Amy
was-
was asking me, and
the
I
big-
said, "Oh,
is he the lead?
yeah,
yeah.
He's good looking.
yeah."
The big one he was in was A Walk to Remember, which was like the
That's
sad one.
it.
That
Oh,
like,
about the cancer chick?
yeah.
I know him
Yeah.
from the TV series Nikita, which is actually pretty good.
Well, I looked him up on Wikipedia after this because I was like, where are they now? I haven't seen this guy in ages. And there was a photo of him with a goatee, which is very funny.
Yeah, well,
And
he
then
had the
also
goatee
apparently-
on the whole time in Nikita, so that's how I knew him.
Nah, goatees are
But
cool,
apparently
dude.
he played in a punk rock band called The Germs.
Yes, I saw that.
The Germs are like
The
pretty
Germs?
big, right?
Pat Smear.
Yeah, I know
was
the
in it.
Germs.
That's like
Really?
a legendary band.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, this guy played in that band.
Pat Smear, who was like who?
Pap Smear?
Who?
Pap Smear.
They were like
who-
grunge Seattle guys, right?
Nirvana.
Pat Smear
no,
was-
it was an LA band, but like
Pat Smear
but
played.
it's like that time that
Pat Smear played live with Nirvana as a
played,
second
like,
guitar,
yeah.
and then was like the original other guitar player
Yeah,
with the
for
Foo
right.
Foo Fighters. Yeah,
yeah,
And
right.
he's in Foo
the
Fighters.
Germs.
That's why I
was
know
like-
who the Germs
the
are,
Germs
but-
are a legendary band because of Pat Smear.
Yeah, right. Okay,
But
fair
he's in Foo Fighters again.
But he like
So they've
what,
got, like,
what year
three
was
guitar
this
players.
where they had the Germs?
in like the late like first decade of 2000s, I think, or something like that. It said.
I
so
thought
it's
he
way-
just made a weird
Yeah, like way
wine.
after.
Pat
They all
Smear
look
is-
really
Pat
old.
Smear is
I don't think he
long in
was.
the Foo
Yeah, I don't
Fighters.
think
Yeah.
he was.
Charlie,
Foo
what is?
Fighters kind of suck, right?
Yeah, Foo
They do
Fighters
suck,
suck,
but
man.
they have some
they're-
kind of good songs. Man, Everlong is.
I like
Everlong-
one. I
I
like
like
one by
Everlong
one.
is
It's
an-
heavy,
I don't know that
dude.
song.
Everlong is an evergreen classic, but largely they're just a really lame, boring band.
They are, yeah. But
I
they
saw
have
a day-
Good songs.
I
And
was
if you have
doing-
at least one good
I
song.
did the
it's like-
Universal
you're
Studios
a
tour
better-
once in LA. And
I did
Dave
that
Grohl,
too.
And
In
Dave,
LA?
Yeah, in LA, and Dave Grohl was driving past, and people lost their fucking shit. It was
Wow.
amazing. Like, and even I did. I was like, "Well, if only you really do meet people here," and he was just like, "Hey, everybody." And then you see like the Fast and the Furious Tokyo Drift.
Yeah, that bit
area.
rules.
Yeah, where they make the cars do the little dance.
Yeah.
And it's got like the exact same vending machines that they have in Tokyo, and they're like, "But actually, it's filmed in Los Angeles. Yeah, like, yes, yeah.
Oh, cool. They make movies in LA?
Yeah. Charlie.
But I saw this because of my sister like years and years ago, and like just didn't remember anything at all until I rewatched it last night, and it was so bad. It's like it's so problematic. It's ridiculous. It's really not funny.
Man,
Like-
I don't know.
Charlie, what did you think of this movie?
Like it couldn't.
I like the soccer elements of it. I didn't enjoy the foosball elements.
It went far. There was like a football scene, like a gridiron scene.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, you said it was problematic, but
But that's not what I said I enjoyed or didn't enjoy.
the very
I made
first note I made was Marla Sokolov has some jumbo yum yums, which is
What else was she in?
she was in The Practice and she was in Do Where's My Car.
Oh, Dude, Where's My Car? As I remember.
But
I
man,
did watch a bit of The Practice. back
I
in the
got
day, though.
distracted by this because I thought Marla Sokolov was so attractive.
Yeah.
And then it turned to my wife. I turned to my wife and I was just like, I guess I like good input.
Man, I'm so glad we got you to stick around.
The lamest fucking thing.
Anyway, welcome back to Comedy Bang Bang.
I'm Jason Mantzoukas and this is bonkers.
I was
Hey,
sitting,
young man.
I was sitting behind. I was like at the ferry from like Sydney to Manly like a couple of months ago.
Yeah.
Okay, can't just.
Oh please.
Manly is in Sydney. Okay, let's not insinuate.
Oh no, from just the
It's very
city.
important. It matters to me a lot that
Okay.
Manly is
I
considered part of
apologize.
Sydney.
I apologize. But they
From
were just
Circular Quay to Manly.
so circular key to Manly.
Man, that's a weird thing to just pull him
no.
up on.
I
No, it's
I
because you're
certainly
implying that I'm not from Sydney.
I
and
certainly
it's-
apologize.
Why is that an issue?
It's my entire identity. It's my.
But there was two women sitting behind me, and one woman, you like the whole way that
Yeah.
she was just talking about. She's just talking about her job and like just
Man,
just
I
very,
really
like,
hoped you were going to say the
just
whole
talking
way
about
she was just
herself.
talking about Borat.
She was, no, but yeah, she's just talking about herself, and then like I just said to Tiasha, like we're just sitting right in front of them, like the whole time, just laughing at their conversation. Like, I was was just like, wouldn't it be so funny if the other person who hasn't said anything just turned to her and was like, "My wife," and, like, when the fucking boat pulled up, and they just left.
I'm very excited.
that rules.
Wow, wee, wow.
Yeah, she's
I've told the story about when we watched Borat on acid on this pod, haven't
Yeah,
I?
yeah.
Probably, yeah.
Just the punchline is we watched Borat on acid,
That
and at the
sounds
end,
sick.
the whole time, every 2 minutes, me or Squires or Sando or Alex White would turn to us and I'll just go, "This is the greatest comedy ever made." This is the.
It is the greatest comedy.
It is
might
very
be.
funny.
I watched Bruno.
I didn't like
Bruno a week ago, and it's like it's amazing.
I
Bruno,
didn't
when the dick
unbelievable.
hole opens and says, Bruno.
It's so
That
good.
is
It's-
so funny.
That's such
That's
a
the
funny
best
movie.
part.
Bruno, the Jackass trilogy, Borat, maybe five of the best
When I
comedies
saw
in the world.
Borat when I was like a teenager, because I thought I was cool or some shit, I was like, "This is dumb." Watching it as an adult,
Are you kidding?
You thought Borat was dumb?
yeah, I was
Are
like,
you fucking
I was like
kidding me?
17 or 18.
I was like that age too, and I fucking.
Nah.
I don't think
was
I've ever
like, no,
laughed
'cause I
that
was a
hard in
tool-
the cinema.
No, because I was a tool. Like I was a pretentious tool.
Was?
Like real. Yeah, I'm not pretentious now. I don't like,
Mean it?
hard to claim that I'm pretentious.
You're not pretentious, but you're a tool.
Yeah, that's a whole.
And you
different
listen to
kettle of
Tool.
fish. I actually
Yeah, you
don't.
love Tool.
I'd
You
really-
defended Maynard James Keenan.
None of
when-
these things are true. I don't even like Tool.
He's got a perfect circle tattoo.
I don't like that band either. I don't like that man. I don't like. I'm gonna say it. I don't think rape's good.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, you said that the last scene.
I wouldn't
was
have been
basically
on
rape.
this.
Which also, I didn't realize the last scene in this is like the
Not
last
the very
scene
last
in-
scene. The last the bit where the guy goes in and pretends to be the protagonist.
Yeah, like no, but the last bit.
Oh, you mean the guy that looks like Clinton Haynes?
Yeah.
But James Franco tied up on the bed. I didn't realize is like parodied quite heavily in Not Another Teen Movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah, when they go to the hotel.
I forget about that. I got to watch that fucking movie again.
It's a great movie.
What I was
I love
saying
Not
was,
Another
what I
Teen
was
That's
initially,
a provisional episode 100.
I
for
did.
this.
Oh, really?
We're trying to watch every movie that it
Yeah.
parodies.
There's a lot.
Oh, right.
Getting really into Marla Sokolov
Yeah,
in this
that's
movie.
the Nabokov of.
I turned to Amy and was like, "Who'd have thought? Brunette girls with jumbo yum yums got a thing for them."
Yeah, well, makes sense.
Yeah, love them.
Ah,
She
man.
giggle and go, "Oh, you."
But you love Jumbo Yum Yums.
Yeah.
Is that? Can I just gauge your?
Yeah.
You love him, right? Yeah.
Okay. Do you want me to put my
It's
hand
hard
on the
to-
Bible?
It's hard to know what's irony and what's not, but you love Jump to Young Adults.
As a like,
so
honestly, I am.
Charlie's drunk.
I'm a
Can
fan.
I'm so sorry. This guy loves the thing that I can't pronounce.
This is gonna be great because we're gonna be like, this is so funny, and then editing it, we're gonna be like, this is a fucking nightmare
terrible.
podcast.
So
I won't say
this-
anything else.
This movie was like probo as shit.
Yeah.
There was so many bad things. Like, there
Man,
was, like,
take it to the title. Whatever it takes means like you
That's
can rape
true.
her.
Yeah.
It's
You
like-
do whatever it takes.
Yeah.
Whatever.
But there was, like-
I texted Ali, who's been mentioned on this pod. She's a listener of the pod and a friend of mine. She was like, "What are you doing today?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm watching this movie for the pod. Whatever it takes." She just replied, "Sounds rapey." That was,
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
like I mean,
Well, there was the thing at the end with the maybe rapey thing. There's like
yeah.
I would say it's pretending to be someone else to have sex with someone is.
You never
sexual
know,
assault.
maybe
yeah,
he
but
goes
she
in-
consented to it. She was
She-
like,
but
"Come in."
thinking it
But
was.
she doesn't know who it is.
Yeah, that's like a genuine thing people do. It's real.
Yeah,
fun.
but it wasn't like I think.
unless he goes in, she turns the lamp on and goes whatever.
Well, I
well,
think
then that's fine.
I think the
I
thing
know
we
you're
don't
right.
know that.
I've
Well,
been in the whatever situation.
like yes,
You'll do.
I will cop to that being like gross, but like I don't think the thing that like gets it away a little is that it's not like, hey, Shane West, come in here and fuck me. She kind of intimates, hey, whoever comes in here, leave off the lights and fuck me.
Well, that rules. If that's her attitude, then I respect her.
Yeah,
for
she's
her
sex positive, and I'm
positivity.
sex positive, so
I'm a sex positive comedian.
Everyone here is a sex positive
yeah,
comedian.
I don't
believe.
see rape.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Like,
I only see consensual sex.
yeah, I only see opportunity.
Where,
Oh,
yeah.
God.
But there was
where
like-
other people see rape, I see consensual positive sex.
Oh god.
Good take, Charlie.
Yeah,
Oh, God.
but that's just what I see.
But yeah, there's
But like
way-
there's so many bits. There's the fucking security dude letting him into the like women's.
yeah, that thing
Oh,
was
yeah.
real
and
fun.
that came out of nowhere. There was
Yeah.
no setup for that
And-
whatsoever.
Yeah, there was no
and it's not
explanation as to why that's a
particularly
thing.
explained well afterwards
Considering
either.
there's
Yeah,
no
he just
chance-
kind of goes in
So-
there, almost gets caught, and then leaves.
I should say-
I rewound that part because I was like, did I miss something while I was getting a
I
drink?
felt like
Considering
maybe I
there's
did.
no
No.
way that any listener has seen this movie, we should explain what happened. So
Yeah.
So what happens is it's just so the plot of this movie. It's a very stock standard teen sex comedy. The jock is in love with the jock wants to fuck the nerd. The nerd wants to fuck the popular hot girl. They do a bit of a switcheroo and give each other tips on fucking the counterpart.
Yeah.
And the best friend nerd. The nerd is in love with the actual other
Well,
nerd.
the nerd realizes
The,
he's
re-
in
the,
love.
the
Yeah.
nerd boy realizes he's actually in love with the nerd
and
girl.
realizes that the jock just wants to bloody fucking run.
Well,
But
that's
sometimes sometime in the first 30 minutes, with no setup whatsoever, they're arranging this deal. Then out of nowhere, the nerd guy just bribes a janitor to sneak into the women's change room.
And
But
then
then
Aaron
doesn't-
Paul
but
is like,
every-
"Why don't you let me in there too,
They all
bitch?"
still love each other, right?
Who?
Like all the characters still love each other. At the end of the day,
But also like,
you know.
But anyway, continuing on for the fuck shit. Like, there's that.
well,
There's,
when
like,
Shane West
someone
breaks
calls
in-
someone a fag
Yes.
or whatever, that's bad.
packing
There-
sausage.
Packing sausage, they're like transphobia. There was like, what was the next shitty bit? They're like making fun of the dwarf.
Oh, yeah.
She calls him
Oh.
a munchkin.
Yeah, but I think that is like that's bad, and you're
That
supposed
is
to
also
think
true
it's
to
bad.
life, though.
But you're supposed to think it's bad, right? Because the chick who says that is a huge bitch. Like,
Hmm.
yeah. Also, like, that is how teenagers behave.
Well, I mean, like, also this movie, almost half of it, if you split the plot into like the cool guy and the nerd guy, like it's negging the movie. Where
Yeah,
it's
that
just
is
like-
yeah.
that is 100%
the
what
way
it is.
the way the nerd guy. Let's explain it to Charlie for the sake of this thing. Charlie, you okay? You look like you're about to throw up.
No, I'm okay. I'm just drinking the very strong spirits.
yeah, you're drinking it in a protein shake thing, which means you're getting
Yeah,
your
there's
vitamins.
Like a weird weed leaf on the sticker on the thing.
It just means that it's GMO free or some
420
shit.
friendly.
I don't know about all that jazz. But
Probably should
trying
wash
to
that out
fucking-
quite heavily after
just
this.
trying
'cause,
to-
Yeah, she's like an athlete or some shit, right?
She's a teetotaler.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. I
Also
just poured this
competing
into
in
your-
like a
your house
weightlifting
mate.
contest.
She hasn't like drank for like over a year.
Oh, right.
Man, she must have really fucked up.
Well, I don't know.
Apparently, maybe.
I don't know. I just assumed it was because she's like real into fitness.
Well,
and
let's
stuff.
not speculate on.
Yeah.
Other people's alcoholism
Yeah,
or
yeah.
whatever.
But yeah, the negging thing was crazy.
Yeah, that and the fact that she responds to it, the fact that it takes so long, for Shane West to realize that Jodie Lynn O'Keefe is kind of a piece of shit, but then also to very bald-faced be like, you're a piece of shit, seems so mean. Even though she continually does do the worst thing possible, when he is finally like, oh, you're a vapid cunt, you're still kind of like, geez, pump the brakes a little bit. Like, that's really rude.
He's quite cruel to her even after the turn.
And
Did you get a little bit of a, like, when he was trying to, like, play it up, like a bit of a Neil Patrick Harris vibe?
Yeah. She's not even, like, the popular girl in this movie isn't even that
2000.
bad. She's just popular. Like, she
Well,
doesn't really do anything wrong.
I think the thing
Other than
is
being like a
that
bit of a bully,
She's
but, like-
she's vapid and she's a bully,
Which is
I
like-
think.
But they make her into a bad person with the cake thing.
Yeah, well, I think that the goal is you have to make her a bad person so that Shane West's turnaround to go back to the Jumbo Yum Yums seems earned. But, like, why not just go to the Jumbo Yum Yums?
Well, also, like, the way
immediately?
you earn it is she has Jumbo Yum Yums. That's how you earn it.
Yeah,
It's the
baby.
obvious...
This movie, I disagree that it's like I agree that
I thought it
there's-
was fine.
There's a lot of problematic shit in it. Whatever it takes is basically like you might as well call it Rape the Movie. But we've already watched Hotbot, so
That was way more problematic.
What have you already watched?
Hotbot.
Oh, man. Go listen
Oh
to
man,
it.
you've
It's like
got to
the worst movie
go
I've
home
ever
and watch
seen.
Hotbot, dude.
Hotbot?
Hotbot.
Hotbot.
It's about a sex robot.
On our ranking episode, it was the unanimous last.
It wasn't
Sounds
unanimous. I voted
terrible.
Project X worse.
Have you seen
But
Project
it came last.
A hotbot.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rose actually voted Hotbot first. didn't
Yeah,
she?
yeah.
Oh,
Really
man.
skewed the rating.
That's why.
Um,
But yeah, what I was saying was that like what was I saying? Something about Jumbo Yum.
Man, it was
maybe.
like, look, everyone in this movie was very attractive.
Oh no! This movie.
Aaron Paul was a really vile character.
Yeah, but he was
He
funny.
plays it well. He's a good actor.
Yeah, like I think he's supposed to be vile, right? Like you're supposed to think he's a piece of shit.
No, I think you're supposed to think he's like a charming fuck up.
I think you're supposed to think that he has roguish
Well,
elements.
With that, you know that scene where the main character, I can't remember his name, but he
It's
turns
like
on.
Ryan or Brian.
Yeah,
It's
Ryan,
Brian and Brian.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
Ryan. When Ryan turns on Aaron Paul to impress the cool kids, you're supposed to have sympathy for Aaron Paul in that scene. I had no sympathy for Aaron Paul.
Yeah,
in
neither
that
did
scene.
I, because he was like a grub walking up to people going, nice
It's like,
ass.
yeah, he is an embarrassing freak.
One of the
Like,
first things he did early in the movie was just walk up to a chick and photograph her titties while she was in a bikini.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, oh yeah, you called me a dickhead. That's too far, man.
Yeah.
That's
Come on, man.
come on, man. I thought we were friends.
But
That
there,
was like a weird little set piece where they all just like did little like alliteration things.
yeah, and it didn't really have any payoff. Like it
Yeah.
didn't really. Yeah.
um,
Still, I still thought it was fine.
there were two parts in this movie that made me laugh out loud very hard, which instantly catapulted up the rankings of the movies we've seen with no redeeming factors. And it both occurred in the same scene. The three-way call where James Franco, Mala Sokolov, and Shane West are on the call together. And they're trying to talk about like her pulling out of the date. And James Franco being like, bitch, I had plans, made me laugh so much. But then the second thing where like Shane West is talking about like sensitive poetry stuff and kind of making fun of James Franco. And then it cuts to James Franco with very poor writing being like reasons I should beat up Brian.
That
and
was-
it says
that was
conceited
funny.
and
That
it's
was
spelled
the
wrong.
only thing.
That was
the
so
only
funny
thing.
to me.
I really think James Franco was the standout of the movie. I thought he was actually like
James Franco is so funny in
he
this
was
movie.
also like probably the most complicated character. Like
Oh,
he
at
was-
parts I was just like, is James Franco like a retarded person that like they're all making fun of? Like,
Yeah. Well, it's also like he has. He's
what
a,
do you think, Charlie?
I don't know the film that well.
But I do know Albert Speer.
do you guys ever see Boyhood?
Richard Linklater.
I did actually.
Yeah,
I haven't seen Boyhood yet.
I've
You guys,
seen it.
who
It's,
has who
it's-
has seen?
I've seen it.
No, never.
I haven't
Too
seen it.
long.
I'm gonna piss when you guys talk about
Too
Boyhood.
long.
That's so good. You guys should. I brought it up as a joke.
I really like the Before trilogy.
I haven't seen
Before, you haven't seen any of the Before?
No, I haven't.
Oh man,
I've
you'd
been
love
meaning
them.
to for a long time,
I
so my
know,
friends
me too.
absolutely love them. But-
Before Sunrise is one of the. It's kind of almost like Perks of Being a Wallflower, where when you're in a certain age, you'll be like, "Oh, this guy gets it." They just want to talk all night. Now I think you'd think it's insufferable, but before sunset and before midnight, I'm way more adult. Like, oh, these losers kind of grew up, and now they.
That trilogy is like it's it's a privilege, legitimate.
Yeah.
I want to get
No. I would say they're classics of the form.
Yeah, I think it's like it's worth your while.
Pioneered the walk and talk, which
You got it, man.
I'm going to say now.
You got to see Boyhood.
No, you're going to say it now
you know.
before Andy gets
yeah,
back on the mic.
pioneered the walk and talk. It's never been done better on some dumb show about the White House, which sucks. The West Wing sucks.
The West Wing does suck. By the way.
It's Andy's favorite.
I know
show
it
in the
is,
world.
but it also shouldn't be.
Yeah.
It's your
maybe we should save this for when Andy gets back. I've got some more notes about this movie that, like, some of the stuff that is weird. Oh, what the fuck is with the fact that he plays accordion? Do you think?
Yeah, that's such a bizarre affectation.
Do you think
like,
that's because Shane West played accordion, or do you think the writer of the movie maybe played accordion?
Yeah, I'm back. Did someone say West Wing sucks?
Yeah.
West Wing does suck.
Actually,
You
two
suck.
people said it.
You fucking suck.
I have
You
a,
suck.
Holy shit.
Boyhood sucks. You suck.
I have a-
We gotta get into this accordion
Holy
shit.
shit.
Like
The accordion stuff was lame, but I also I don't know.
But
it's
why
like,
do you
is
think it
is
existed?
Is it because like
it's kind of
like,
because
even
it's like
though-
cool and quirky.
No, but is it because
No,
like,
Cool and Quirky
No.
is playing bass guitar.
Yeah, is it because-
accordion is lame?
Is it because
I
he's
kinda
like,
liked it.
No, I feel like maybe it's because like even though he's playing the nerd, he's actually still quite like a svelte, good-looking guy.
But he also
How
has
can
like
we-
a full
How
DJ
can we
setup.
dork him up more? Let's make him fucking
I
like
think
Weird Al and play the accordion.
I think Rose is right. I think that's actually what it is. It's that he didn't really look like a nerd. They needed to really amplify. If he played bass, it'd be like, oh, cool, a sexy buff bass player. Like,
this
But what if
guy's
it's like
Flea.
What if it's like, oh, this guy's buff and shit, but to show he's a nerd, he likes one of the worst TV series in the world, The West Wing.
It's a really good show, guys.
The Shane
it
West
won
Wing.
a lot of awards. It won a lot of awards.
not.
It's so good. What's wrong with it,
And who
Charlie?
cares that it wins
Charlie.
awards?
I'm just saying that I'm not the only one who thinks so.
Frasier won awards.
Okay,
Yeah,
well,
winning
Yeah, you know what
awards
show
is
won
not
awards?
indicative
Monk.
of-
Okay, how
That
about-
won a
okay,
lot of
wait,
awards.
Oh,
Monk-
don't
Monk is
shit on
actually
Monk,
great.
dude.
No
Monk-
one makes fun of Monk.
Yeah, Monk rules.
Let's get-
All right, I didn't realize you're all Shaloub fans.
Monk does rule.
Yeah, Monk is great.
First of all, let's get one person talking at a time. Charlie,
That's
why
not what this podcast
Charlie,
is.
why does the West Wing suck?
It just is. It's emblematic of a certain type. It's a certain.
What's it emblematic of? Let's go.
It's just it captures a certain type of political thinking that I think is.
Oh, I don't necessarily agree with the political thinking of it all. Some of it I do, some of it I don't, and whatever,
Yeah.
and it's this sort of thing. I'm saying it's a character study. I like the characters.
Oh yeah, right. I don't know.
The
but
politics are
even the
secondary,
characters of
absolutely.
it are weird. Like
They're super
like
weird.
the women are so
That's-
weird. in
that's
it, and
very
like-
true.
And,
That's-
and the guy, the guy's this savior that,
Yeah.
it's a weird.
One of the main female leads, she's really great. Pretty much every other female character
Who's the
is
main
bad.
female
Who?
lead in the
Alison
West?
Janney. She's good. She's great in it.
She's a great actress.
Which-
She's so
which
good at it.
character is she?
CJ Craig, the press secretary.
You guys seen I,
Yeah,
Tonya?
right.
She's great in it, but like yes,
You guys seen
Aaron
iRobot?
Sorkin doesn't look every
He
criticism.
doesn't
Every
write-
criticism
he
of
doesn't write
Aaron
women.
Sorkin is absolutely valid, and I'll agree with. But I still love his shit. Like,
Oh no, that's
Yeah.
fine.
I so badly want to start a podcast with Charlie where we watch Studio 60 on the Sunset Strip, and it's Charlie's first time.
I would love to do that.
Because
I would
I
love
imagine
to
it would
do
be
that.
I
so
want to start.
bad.
Let's just start a podcast where we all watch Studio 10.
And we occasionally
I'm
go
in,
to
baby.
taping.
I went to see the taping 3 days ago at like the Studio 10 taping. It's
Studio
it's
10 on the
unbelievable.
Sunset Strip?
Studio 10 on
I
George
wish.
Street.
Did you get a photo with Jessica Rowe?
No, but she came up to talk to
Jessica Rose a
But
babe.
we were just so stoned. Like she came up to talk to the audience,
And
she
you
was
were just like, yeah,
she's
man,
so how we doing,
420.
gang? And be just like zonked.
Man, it's
Yeah.
a shame you couldn't have like gone to the recording.
Yeah. Well, that's what's going on.
Males and alcohol should be the title of this podcast.
yeah.
But
What
then,
about-
I mean, old fucking Rose
yeah,
Piper.
I was just about to
Fuck
say
that
then
up.
it would
What
be
a-
exclusionary.
what a-
Don't
what about
worry.
cinnamon
I'm
and
woke. I
alcohol?
still hold my Allie James card. It's fine.
That's funny.
No, it would have been great if you got stoned and went to Studio 10 on the episode where Rash Ryder was performing comedy.
Oh hell yes, dude.
Oh, you know what would have been great?
The
if-
one where Justin Jones.
Yeah.
We said that.
But
Me
I-
and Duggan said that on the. I was like, man,
I did-
imagine if Justin Jones.
When I was doing that captioning captioning job, I did the captions for Rash Rider's set. So like, because you get you get the TV rundown, so you can like pre-program as many. Like,
Give some context for the listener about your captioning job.
I used to do a job where I wrote the captions that come for TV for the deaf and
Done.
whatnot.
That's all you need.
It's
It's important to the listener.
I know. You're doing a
or
good
for
job.
people doing the vacuuming.
I
no, I'm not
appreciate
wasting
what
my own
you
bits.
contribute.
But
I will never smoke weed.
I
with
love
you.
everyone.
But we got the rundown or whatever, and the rundown had like they've obviously asked him for like his set list, and it was so funny. It was just like undies, baby oil, like it was.
Have I told my Rash Rider story on this pod?
No.
I once saw him do a bit where he just described a deleted scene from Borat.
Oh yeah,
That was
yeah,
the whole
I've heard
bit.
this.
At the end, I think he tagged it with, imagine if that was Australian, and that was the whole bit. Like that was.
I think we've
But
talked
he
about.
just described a deleted scene.
I
from
think we've
Borat.
talked about this on the pod before, but like Soam Chopra used to just do like a yes minister, are you being served bit where he's like, well, then this guy says this, and then this guy says this.
Soam, get on your bike.
Yeah.
That's the bit. Like,
Yeah.
there's a bit. He's.
He coming on the pod.
I can't remember.
I like that we're like, hey, Charlie, stick around for an extra episode, and then he immediately becomes the drunkest man.
I know. It doesn't matter who's drunker than anyone else. but
Oh, okay.
All that matters is
This is
that
like
I
the
was
game of-
invited to do it.
This is like the game of Kings, where like everybody like silently figures out who's the drunkest. They're like, all
Six
looks at
for
each other like,
dicks.
we're targeting him, right?
Do you have any? What are your
That
rules
guy.
for kings usually? 4's for whores, 6 for dicks, 5 is the toilet card.
We never had that.
You never had a toilet card?
We never
We
had
had
any
all
of
that. We had all
We
the same
never had
rules.
any of that.
What's
Ours
five's
were-
the toilet card?
If you pull
can't
a
go to the
5,
toilet unless
yeah, if
you
you pull a
It's like
5,
get
you
out
get
of
to
the,
go to the
get out
toilet.
of jail free card, but it means you can go to the toilet.
Ours
I
were
never
just
heard that.
always like a series of different games. It was like, like make a rule.
Oh no, yeah, we
Like,
had
blah,
that.
blah,
So my one was 2 for you, which means you get to
Uh,
designate.
2 for you.
Yeah, it's not for 2.
It's not for 2 for you.
Or blokes string 3.
No, 3 for me. That means you have to have 3. 4 for whores. That's all women drink. 5 is a toilet
Because they
card.
are all whores.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought
6.
3 was the dude.
No. 6 is for dicks.
It's actually, we're just sex positive now.
Oh,
That's
6
what
for
we
dicks.
call it.
Right.
Yeah, 6
Yeah.
for dicks. That's all guys. 7 is.
Well, you're supposed to have 6 drinks.
You guys.
No.
You know.
You just designate a drink. So it's 4 for whores, which means all women have to have one
Ours
drink.
were we had all like way different games.
7 is point
We
to-
had a combination of
7
we had a lot of-
is-
yeah, we had like waterfall and instruments.
Oh yeah, waterfall
and-
is ace.
Yeah.
Do you guys have any
Waterfall's-
instruments?
Waterfall's
Instruments was
way
big
later.
on
We
the
did
beaches.
stuff like make a rhyme where you had
Yeah,
to, like,
that's
keep
9.
We did that too.
That's 9.
Oh, right.
Bust a rhyme.
Right.
Obviously. 7 is point to heaven. So
Bust
like
a
the
rhyme where
verse
you
of-
have to, while incredibly drunk, try and do the entire lyrics
Yeah.
to break your neck by
Yeah.
Bust a rhyme.
8 is designate, which means you get to choose.
Wasn't regulate.
Our
No.
game wasn't
It
based
doesn't
on
warrant
G-Funk.
G.
Yeah, this all sounds.
Put the
Charlie,
mic
you
in your
gotta-
face, you idiot.
No, this is.
We're recording a podcast.
These are official
you
rules.
I don't, that's on you.
for inviting me on.
God, he was on a fucking
Yeah.
podcast.
Well,
Oh my lord.
10 was
hang out with my mates. I don't know.
10.
I have to have my.
9 was
I
bust a
regret
rhyme.
doing this.
10 was categories, so you could be like, all right, like emo songs. You
Oh,
have to
yeah,
go
we did that
around
game.
and-
Yeah, we probably did that.
Yeah.
Skate tricks was the example we'd always use to explain the rule.
Okay, let's do it.
Kickflip, ollie, but okay, let's go. Jamie, you start.
360 flip.
Benny Hanna.
Mono.
Dark slide.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, dude.
I thought you were going to say Dark Side of the Moon.
Dark slide of the moon.
Pop shove it.
Grind.
Look, this is not producing good content. I'm
No,
just gonna,
I think it will.
This is all being recorded. Anyone who made fun of me for not having a fucking mouth. Like this. The chickens have come home to roost.
If we want to circle back to the movie for 1 second.
Yeah.
Sure.
All right.
This is a mess. This
That-
episode is a mess.
I told you this is what would happen.
Yeah, you were right. Maybe we shouldn't have brought the whiskey.
Yes.
What are you talking about? This is the best episode we've ever done. Charlie's talking down in there. There's no mic.
Charlie, talking to the fucking microphone.
Oh, all right. Jeez.
Charlie, can we turn up the mic for Charlie?
That's the problem with
McCann?
this podcast
Right.
is that I haven't been vocal enough. That's been the problem.
No, that's like
I feel like there's
Yeah,
been
you haven't got involved
a
enough.
bunch of problems.
No, that's you at gigs. It's like we gotta
Oh,
adjust.
Yeah.
right. So the problem with
The problem with you at gigs is you don't get involved enough. Charlie.
right.
Oh man.
Guys, I've been telling about Cluedo. I've been telling them.
All right, everyone, let's go around the horn. Let's do
Man,
Charlie's
I wish
best
I
bets.
bought my fucking these weed cookies.
That's
so
just
good.
stealing content from another vodcast.
Yeah.
Set list and chill.
Not a savvy businessman is the best joke I've ever heard.
Not a savvy
Best
podcaster.
joke of all time, is it not?
Oh man, please.
But back to the movie. That finger suck, though.
Oh yeah,
so
dude.
weird.
Hell yeah.
No, dude,
No.
so
No,
hot.
I liked it.
Yeah,
No.
same.
so
I
weird.
got
Also, it's not like that's not totally out of the realm of possibility. I've
Yeah.
had
what?
experience.
Someone sucking your finger?
Yeah, I mean, like in that
Look,
situation.
I've had
in
that.
that
My
scenario.
ex-girlfriend used to do that all the time.
Yeah,
I've had that in
Really?
bed, but like not.
Yeah, you
No,
used to
I've
suck
had
my
it
finger.
wherever I wanted,
Really?
baby.
We should suck something else, you know? Oh, man, you're off mic. You're doing
Stop
weird
doing-
faces.
Stop doing weird physical
that's
acts.
not even.
Charlie.
That's not. That can't be on mic. I'll do.
He's doing like a weird orgasm.
Gentle
face.
Charles.
It's
Oh,
Can we
about
talk
the
about
eye
where
roll.
Gentle Charles came from to create 2 minutes of content?
sure. Go ahead.
I don't know this story.
You don't know it?
Yeah, you weren't in Melbourne for this year.
For the
I just
emergence of
assumed it
Gentle
was
Charles?
because you're a gentle man.
I am a gentleman.
It's actually the exact opposite. It's a humorous...
no, it is not.
It's a humorous
Jamie
nickname.
Giorno.
Are we talking about Matrix?
Oh, is
Yeah.
Is this because, like me, Gentle Charles doesn't deal well with authority?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Gentle
They're
Charles
actually
hates
almost
authority.
identical reactions to authority.
Yeah.
Do you know Love Authority?
I've been thrown in the drunk tank.
Yeah, really. Fuck, that's
I
crazy.
saw you
Got
come
arrested.
close after that soccer
Yeah,
match we
you've
were all
come very
watching,
close.
where you called that bouncer a bootlicker 12 times.
Yeah. Yeah, they can definitely call the cops on you for that. They get mad at
yeah.
you.
Yeah. I got
He was a
arrested and
bootlicker,
thrown in
though.
jail.
Well, he was
He was a bootlicker.
but you know.
Yeah, Gentle Charles is called that name because he went to the artist bar at Melbourne Comedy Festival. Bit of an exclusive deal, but
yeah, we're pretty exclusive.
yeah, but got real drunk, got kicked out, then told the bouncer a bunch of times, who was called Matrix.
Yeah, I can't remember the exact particulars.
I
where it was
procured an
kicked out.
MDMA camp for Charles McCann, and it did not
Whoa.
necessarily agree with him.
No, I know. I did take it that.
You
that
did
evening.
take it
Yeah,
that
yeah, I
evening.
did. Yeah, it was fun, man.
Everyone else was very friendly to each other.
But I feel like, and
I
I
once gave Charles
I
an
feel
MDMA
like
cap in this very house, and he had a great time.
I did, yeah.
It was
I remember
earlier
that.
this year.
I remember that. I still have not paid you for that.
That's true, actually. You never did.
I owe you the.
Did you
$30.
turn off your microphone again?
Oh my god, has he been?
No, he's fine. He's fine. He's fine.
No, but I remember. I did. But I love Matrix, and I
Jamie, tell the Matrix.
Yeah,
story.
so Matrix was the bouncer that kicked Charlie out, and Charlie just kept calling him ugly because he had acne scars.
Oh, no.
And Charlie was like, "You're fucking ugly, dude. You can't kick me out." So I went
How
home.
did you know his name was Matrix?
I can't remember.
he had a name tag. He had a
I can't
badge
remember.
or
He might
name
have
tag or
had a
something,
badge
right?
or-
I think your
I
mic
can't
might be off, actually. I can't hear you at the moment.
It looks.
Check. No, this is dead. Check. No, there we go. You're good. Yeah, so
Back in the game, baby.
All right,
No,
so this
apparently
could,
not.
This could be a few minutes of confusing.
Yeah, dead air.
Oh, that's okay.
Oh, no, yeah, we've got you now. So basically, Charlie called this guy ugly for a bit, and then Jamie took him home, and I was home. And I thought that Charlie and Jamie were coming back to hang out and play Mortal Kombat. And then I messaged them, and I was like, hey, where's Charlie? Because I hadn't seen Charlie for a while. And he said, I'm taking Gentle
Where's
Charlie. Yeah.
Charlie?
And Jamie Joanna
I think
came up
whenever
with it.
Charlie's not.
We should get Jamie Joanna on the
Yeah.
pod.
Jamie Joanna
Yeah,
was just
you
like,
have to.
I'm taking Gentle Charles home. And it made me laugh so much because he told me the whole thing about how he'd been so rude to this bouncer.
Should we tell the fart story? Because that made me laugh.
Charlie
and I
has
wasn't
done
even there.
2 of the funniest farts I've ever
Let's just
heard.
do a Charlie McCann based podcast.
What's
Yeah.
the what's the fast
hang
story?
on.
The second funniest-
Let's wrap up the movie thing. The movie sucked.
No,
It was
the movie
shit.
rules.
It was
Watch
shit,
it.
and
It's
you should
fucking
not
great.
watch
I'll
it.
be the adjudicator. The movie was fine.
It was not fine. It was bad.
Yeah, that
You shouldn't
okay,
watch
I'll
it.
say this. I don't
You
think it was,
shouldn't waste your time with
I
this
don't
movie.
look. Should you watch this movie? Probably not. Do I think the movie was good? probably I'm doing rhetorical questions now. It probably not. But it does not deserve 16% on Rotten Tomatoes. That's unfair.
That it does deserve that.
I think it
that
deserves 80 or 70. at
Jesus
least.
Christ.
I reckon it's a solid 60. I would give this movie a C minus. Maybe even a C.
I'd give it a
Really?
B minus. B minus.
Yeah, but I'd give those chicks a D. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
double D.
Yeah, I just tried to get a fist bump on Mike. It did not work.
Yeah. Charlie's doing it.
Stop doing it.
We can
That's
talk-
All right, so the
podcast.
movie sucked. Tell the fart story.
Well, we can tell the top
What's
two.
the fart story?
The top two Charlie McCann farts I've ever experienced were. Should I do a David Letterman? Should I throw a pencil?
Do it. I want you to create this. Yeah.
We're
Do
at
the
Charlie
Steve
farts, Charlie
Vai
farted,
do the
Charlie
Steve
fart.
Vai. Race, you love.
Rose.
Rose.
Oh, no, you
You
can't do that.
transphobe, dude.
No.
Rose, you love Steve Izard now.
Do I?
Steve Izard.
Do I?
you know about throwing the pencils through
Charlie,
the
I'm
window.
taking your
The
alcohol.
Steve
I'm-
Izard. Oh, what?
I don't know if I remember that
It's
bit.
been stolen from me.
Well, it was mine to begin with.
That's quite alright. What's
Yeah,
the
so the top two Charlie McCann farts.
Charlie farted.
Tudor comedy about a year ago. We're standing in
Oh, this one's good.
standing in the hallway. I think you might have been emceeing the night.
Sounds about right.
We're in the hallway in the stairwell.
So it wasn't going
Yeah.
well.
Yeah, so yeah, oh
No
yeah,
matter
it was
how many times I fucked that gig up, I keep booking it. I don't know.
for context, it was pretty silent in the room.
It's because Bree doesn't have enough quality
Charlie was doing huge farts, and me, Jamie Joyner, future guest, and future guest Chris Keary were standing there laughing our head off at Charlie doing these huge farts. And he keeps doing them. Occasionally, people who don't know Charlie, but maybe know like me or Jamie or Chris walk in, and Charlie just lets one rip. They look at him funny, and we're just losing it about how funny it is. And then eventually, Charlie does one. Like cocks his leg, does the full so loud that
to get a bit of purchase on
so
it.
loud that we hear the MC, which was Hastings, acknowledge that someone farted in the stairwell.
I remember.
Yeah,
That was
yeah.
me,
I
yes.
do remember
That was.
that.
Yeah, but
I
Charlie's
didn't know it was
I do remember
Charlie.
that.
Charlie's eyes go wide, and he runs off,
Right,
and then
yeah.
comes back 5 minutes later and is like, "Yeah, I shit myself while I did the
I
fart."
do remember that.
Choking the
That
microphone.
sounds.
Yeah, he said he did one small pellet into his pants and had to empty it into the toilet.
That's not. I
What
don't
do you
know if
have to
that's
say in your
that's quite the
defense?
breakdown, but
That is the
I
exact.
certainly remember
As a bonus story
the
before the other
exterior.
one, we were at Powerbomb one night and I was on the door and Gentle Charles came down and just like silent but like ripped a huge fart. Like, but right as like an audience member was walking down the stairs, and I was like, "You can't do that, man." He's like, "This guy crop dusted us," and he was like pointing him and being like, "You can't. That guy can't crop dust." I'm like, "The gig hasn't even started, man."
Okay, so number one on the best Charlie McCann farts we've ever heard. We did a little festival called Melbourne International Comedy
Wish I
Festival.
was there. For
the,
this.
And
the
we-
number one, I think.
Yeah,
is-
and we were at a little venue, might be the number one, called Speakeasy HQ. It's not shutting down for any reason.
No.
Revolting.
The
man.
guy
It's
runs
actually
it.
not shutting
The
down.
guy who runs it certainly no rape.
Yeah.
Definitely been no rape
No,
allegations
swear to God.
Definitely has
leveled against the runner of that particular
Definitely
venue.
doesn't have a
The
rape.
worst
So-
thing is
so-
that
so-
there's this musician called Alex Cameron who's like number 2 guy. His name is Roy Malloy.
And it has no
Roy, the
connection
boy
to that
Malloy.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
And just so you're clear, that name has no connection to the venue whatsoever.
Also, we'll just tell your mother we ate it all.
Ah.
We've got to hurry this fucking story up because you got to be.
yeah, I gotta go
emceeing
fucking
like
MC
10
Tudor
minutes.
yet again.
But,
Well, hang on. We can if you
man,
can tell
oh,
it in 10
man.
seconds. And we
Yeah,
can
I'll
clock
tell
out
it in
an
10
hour.
seconds. We got kicked out of the area where our show was because we were being too loud. And then we got kicked out of the back alley section because we were drinking and being too loud. So they were like, come around the front, you get cheap beers. So we're getting cheap beers. The creepy owner was making like the belly dancer woman go in the fortune teller machine and was trying to get us to all pay money for it, which we're like, no, that's weird. We work with her every day. But then Charlie is sitting on on 2 stools stacked on top of each other. So he's about a meter higher than all of us. Cogs does the loudest fart I've ever heard. So much so that the show going on next door, the audience members acknowledged it. I had to leave the venue because I was laughing too hard. And Charlie's just, everyone turns around, the owner, the people working, and Charlie's just like, guys, my diet's pretty bad.
I remember like a guy.
Microphone.
I can't. It's so fucked that we still are recording this. So fucked.
We've finally got over an hour, so maybe
we
we
hit
should.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we've got that
We should
contractually
finish
obligated
up.
time.
I just want to spend time with some friends of mine. I don't know why. We
All right.
all have to record this.
All right, guys, come to Good Kid, Mad City, featuring Gentle Charles
Yeah,
and Cameron Duggan.
please do if you
Come to all the other Powerbomb comedy
Yeah,
festival
well,
shows too.
all our shows are over by the time this episode.
Aaron
airs,
Gogg,
we
Sam
can assume-
Campbell.
Are you everyone shows over?
Yeah. Next Saturday.
They will.
baby.
These episodes are coming out for like 3 or 4 weeks.
Oh,
Are you
right.
and Tiasha
Oh, cool.
buying your tickets? For next Saturday?
No, Tiasha's not going to come. She's fucking doing her own thing. She's hanging out with Dante or whatever. That guy's name
Dante
is.
DeWan?
I don't know if it's that guy, but it's just some other dude. She goes to uni with. She does like a, they do like a,
Kama Sutra.
Charlie's too drunk to do the cock.
I know, I can't do it.
Too drunk to do his own rip.
What's the thing where you would
Who's
like
a wuzzle?
yeah
Yeah.
What's the what?
Kama Sutra.
Now,
Oh my
what's
God.
where you would do like
Put it to your fucking face. The microphone goes in front.
a rock climb where you would
This is my favorite episode we've ever done.
no
This is maybe the worst episode.
It
we've
is
ever
worse.
done.
Yeah, this is
So
this
clearly
is-
my
This is
favorite.
maybe even worse than the sweetest thing.
No, it's so
Oh,
clearly
man.
my favorite.
this it's mostly my fault.
Oh, no.
You have to record a new one without me.
No, that's fine.
No, we never record.
Worst case scenario, we don't release it.
Uh,
I will release
so
this.
bad.
I will make people pay for this
Pick
episode.
the microphone back up, you dumb guy.
here I am.
Hey, come to Powerbomb Comedy every Friday.
I just
and
want to
Wayne Comedy.
apologize for
Spaghettis.
my.
Yep.
Listener, if this is
alright.
your first episode, dear listener, please do not take this as an indication of the broader quality.
What are you
of-
talking about? It sounds like this every week.
Yeah,
No,
you're
you
probably
can
right.
you can edit this.
We can't edit you onto mic. We can't-
Let's just nuke
No,
this
but
goddamn
just edit
episode.
me out. You can.
All right, everybody. That's the episode. To the next step,
To the next step.
Charlie.
Charlie, say the fucking...
It's the next step.
Are you even going to bother? Oh. Oh, God.